It had to be you. Hey there, it's Amy with Ask a Christian, and I want to welcome back my friends and family members and followers here on YouTube, and our new subscribers, Abhishek, Daniel, and Michael, and also to those who have followed us on Facebook. Today we're going to look at a philosophical statement that has come up a couple times on the Facebook page when people have told me they are good without God, and they have meant it a couple different ways, so let me explain to you. One way people have used it is as kind of a response to being full or satisfied with their lives already. It's kind of like they sat down and ate a whole Golden Corral buffet, and then someone came by with coffee and dessert afterwards, and they say, no thanks, I'm good without God. Kind of like, you know what, I'm full, I'm satisfied, I don't really need that in my life right now. And word to the wise Christian, if that's how somebody is talking to you, then we've got to believe them. They're good without God. They're fine. They are not having any need for spirituality or God in their lives right now. At least they're not feeling it. And so we always want to respect that. That's one way, but the way that we're going to talk about it today is in a statement that people use to explain that they don't need the concept of a God to act good, to act morally, to be good people. By the way, this is another statement with which I completely agree. William Lane Craig, a philosophy professor and leading Christian apologist, wrote that it would be arrogant and ignorant to claim that those who do not share a belief in God do not often live good moral lives. And you know this is true. Nearly every Christian I've ever talked to can tell me somebody in their lives who's not a believer in God, but is living compassionately, is living ethically, and is sometimes putting our Christian friends and family to shame with the way they are doing good in this world. So the argument here is definitely not whether or not people can do right without believing in a deity or a God. The real question here is whether or not we can even know right. Can we even recognize, can we even decide what is good and what is evil without referring to something outside of ourselves? If you believe some things are inherently good and you believe some things are inherently evil, then you believe in an objective moral law. Objective moral law cannot come from inside or what I feel is right. Now, I see arguments online, including on our Facebook page, all the time claiming that objective morality isn't important because we are capable of deciding what's good and what's moral and what's right. We can decide what's true and helpful to society. We don't need God or some holy writings or some book to tell us not to steal, rape, or lie. But here's the problem. If morality is truly subjective, then we have no moral ground to stop somebody who disagrees with us, who decides to behave or act according to their own subjective reasoning. If morality comes from personal decisions, how we feel as an individual or even as a group, then there is no real reason that another individual or another group can't posit their own set of moral guidelines. And that's the real issue with subjective morality, because while many and most people will choose to do good for good's sake, some will not. And there's no reason besides the fact that we don't like it. We don't have any other reason to stop them. There's no reason why we should, as humans, believe that specific actions like honesty or love are better moral decisions than acts like lying and selfishness. Why is one thing bad and another good, besides just that we feel it's so? No reason except for our preference. So how do we answer the question, can I be good without God? Practically, pragmatically, it's pretty simple. You can obviously act according to society standards for good without any nod to a deity. That's fine, that's not a challenge. The challenge is philosophical, because how can we even know what good is except for some outside objective source? If you haven't had the opportunity to study this topic out yourself, we are just touching the tip of the iceberg here. And if your head's already spinning, that's okay. Come over to facebook.com/askachristianfriend and we can get into some more details there. I want to let you know that there are also some resources below that I recommend you checking out. And no matter what, you know that I'm wishing you joy and peace for your journey, wherever it leads. That's it for me today. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.